Morning guys. Do you remember I said I wanted to grow sweet potatoes and I hadn't grown them before? And do you remember they arrived as a little plant in the post? And I potted them on and put them in my greenhouse at home to keep them safe until all the frosts had gone. Do you know what happened? The frost still got them, took their tops off completely. So I looked after them, I nurtured them and nursed them back to health, and here they are. They've made quite a good recovery. Look, I made them their own little greenhouses. That's a good idea. So there they are. They look quite good, don't they? And luckily, we've had some really warm temperature. This week it's going to get really, really hot. So that will help them to grow. I've grown them in these big black pots and I've got black plastic around the top, and that again will help the soil to warm up and stay warm because that's what they really, really like. So we'll see what happens. I've grown them with these canes here because I'm told they grow quite large leaves and a lot of leaves, I'm hoping. So they will twine up here and spill over here, which is good because it means these weeds will be covered over. And then when it's time to harvest them, all I will do is tip the pots out. Hopefully we'll get some sweet potatoes. I have grown some on my son's allotment straight in the ground, so we'll see which do better. I think these are going to be easier to harvest, don't you? And these little pots here that made their little greenhouse, they just help to protect the plant. The slugs got one of them because the greenhouse blew away. So what I've done is I've popped that over the top and then pegged it in place. Good thinking, hey? And it's just helped them to stay that little bit warmer. They also make this condensation on the side of the pot. As the plants breathe, and yes they do breathe, then they've made this little drop of water inside the greenhouse, and so they're watering themselves all the time. Now they've started to get a bit bigger, the leaves are starting to touch the plastic, and that might not be such a good thing. So, if it's going to get really warm, I'll probably take these off. But I could make a bigger greenhouse. Just cut the bottom off the bottle and pop them over the plant. And when they've outgrown these, really, they're grown up enough to manage on their own. So, should we go and have a look at the other allotment and see how they're getting on straight in the ground? Come on then. Well then, here we go. This is where we've put the sweet potatoes straight in the ground, and you can see the little greenhouses keeping them warm. And if I come down here, you can see they're starting to grow. And they've got black plastic around them. You know, I don't usually like to use a lot of plastic, but it was on the allotment already, so I'm using it, and it will keep the weeds down in amongst my sweet potato plants until they're ready to grow. And it will also help keep the soil nice and warm. And we will come and check on these a little while later. So that's that.